6, we're looking at challenge, read and react. Same arrival activity with the 3 pitches, 2v2s, 3v3s, 3v2s. The difference today is I'm going to give them a bit of free play because we've done 6 weeks of this, and then I'm going to give a different challenge for each pitch. All right, so this is a challenge for you guys to think about now. Is I will give your team 3 points. Can you see where the white markers are? Yeah, so if I'm the black team and I'm trying to score in that goal, if I win the ball back in that half of the pitch, okay, my team gets 3 goals. That sound okay? Yep. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, when we react, when we win the ball, I want you to think about how quick you can try and score down the other end. So as soon as you win the ball back, you've only got 3 seconds to go and score. Blacks, you are 2-0 down at this present time, all right? It's a final. You're 2-0 down though, but they've got 1 player down. How do you press and how do you try to intercept the ball higher up the pitch to try and score quicker? All right, so that's your challenge. We've got 3 different challenges. Again, just observing where they're at the moment in terms of how they use their challenges to their advantage. Still trying to give them praise as well on everything they've learned over the last 5 weeks, coming into week 6. We went into practice 1, which is another arrival, where I really wanted them to read what the opposition player's doing and then reacting to it. All that's going to happen is I'm going to throw the ball to you, you're going to control it, and you're going to choose what blue cone that you want to go to. My job is to try to get to the blue cone quicker than my man. Gabe controls it, okay, then I'm going to read it and I'm going to react. Oh, I've got there quicker than you, Gabe. You have to be quicker than that. Give me the ball back. 1-0 to Danny. Find a bit of space in and around. Off you go. Off you go, gents. If 5 goes throwing, and then the other person has 5 goes throwing. Now we're working on a bigger distance. Same thing again. Can you read where the player's going? Can you try to react to it? And this one now is, if you can see the ball near the cone, can you try to put a challenge on? So I'm just going to show you. Ball goes up, I read where it is, then I'm going to react, then I might be able to put a challenge in. We then went on to practice 2 and we worked on 1v1s and trying to get into the end zone. All that's going to happen is, you're the attacker, I'm the defender. You play the ball into me, I play the ball to you, good. Off we go, start. Okay, can I delay, and then we're working to try and win the ball back. We'll use the line as the zone. Can you put your foot on the ball using this line? So over here, guys, whites will start on the ball, okay. Blacks, one of you will be inside this area here. Yeah, can you see it marked out? So from that orange line to this line here. But instead of passing it to you, I'm just going to start off with the ball. And then I'm going to try and dribble past you. You're going to try to intercept it, challenge me, okay, and bring it back to this white line. I'm going to try to get it into this zone here. So in the middle, I've got a short practice, and then in the 2 firm end zones on the other sides, it's a longer practice that's going on at the moment. All with a reference point of halfway line. So just one thing to think about, we talked about in previous weeks, you accelerated and you got up there really quickly. It's how do you then decelerate and slow yourself down, all right? And then when you get there, that's really the chance where you might be able to delay him a little bit. You might give him some advice here, you might talk to him. You might be the centre back, you might be the fielder. That's so much better. Jude, so much better, mate, well done. What I like about this is so many things that are going on at the moment on a condensed space. I've got 17 players here, and I can imagine as grassroots coaches how many players that you might have on a quarter. So really trying to maximise that space that you've got. But one thing that I have done on this, and I was really conscious of, is that I've got no lines. There's not many people queuing up. You've got 1 or 2 people queuing up, and that's their rest time. Now, if you remember in week 2, we worked on units. Now, what does it look like, a 2v2 situation? So, back up you go. So, me and you are working as a unit. Ball gets played in. Yeah, I'll play it back. Who's the closest man to it? You. Me. So, can I try and put that press on okay, and deny the space. What might you do? So you might give me a bit of cover as a unit and tell me, I've dictated it for it to go this way, so play it back to him. Good, what would you do? Good, dictate so it shows too much. Stop there. So your body position, brilliant, show him to me. Good, you dictated it in, I'm showing them to you. Good, and then might have a chance to go into intercept or to put a challenge on. All right, let's give it a go. We're going to see what it looks like 2v2. It's a little bit different now. Yeah, he's the closest. So right at the moment, that's better. They're not on the same line. That's better, good. Well done delaying and being patient. He's offside there, he might have been offside, good. He's still talking to him. Good effort. What we're going to try and do now is put this into a game. Does that sound like a plan? Yeah. All right, so keep your bibs on where they are at the moment. What I do need, if you see the orange flat discs, I need those picked up for me. The third practice, we worked on a small-sided game, but with some neutral players on. We're going to play a game, but I'm going to have 3 teams. One team are going to be a neutral team that will place themselves on the outside of the area, where it be the byline or the sideline, and they'll be the neutral players. They've got 1 or 2 touches. They will play for the team with the ball. A normal game of football, all I would say is if you're able to win the ball back within 5 seconds and go and score, I'll give your team 5 goals. Play! If you notice from the previous weeks, I've left the thirds in as a reference point. I think it's really important. Hopefully they've learnt from it in terms of winning the ball really high up the pitch. They might be able to win that ball back and get more goals, get more rewards from it. Like the setup has allowed me to let the session flow, give the guys the opportunity to just to play really. As you can see, just having the balls in the goal as well, so they have a quick restart. I'll give us a lot more ball rolling time. Finish. Okay, swap goalkeepers. Make sure you always rotate the goalkeepers throughout the session. You know, 2-minute time limit, keep them engaged. Good interception, love that. Did you score within 5 seconds from that counter? Within 2 passes, you've gone and scored, that's your 5 goals. Good. So the main reason I've got those neutral players on the outside is to make it really hard, because it's my last week on defending, make it as hard as I can for the defending team. Nice, Adley, I like that, mate. Look, there he is, you've got a neutral player there, look. Oh. And the last practice, we've gone back to what we've done for the last 6 weeks, but this time I've just moved it on just a touch, where I've asked one team, if they win it back in their defensive third, instead of getting 1 point, they get 3 points. They win it in the midfield third, they get 2. If they win it in the attacking third, they get 1. The other team, if they won the ball in their attacking third, they get 3. Middle third, they get 2. Defensive third, they get 1. Again, just a different experience for the players to think about, a different strategy and a different way to play. Right now, I'm going to keep myself quiet for 3 minutes and I'm just going to watch them play, okay? I'm not going to praise. The only thing that I might do is just keep the score. So I'm just going to let them play for 2-3 minutes. We've been working on this for 6 weeks. Can I highlight some really good work? Can I highlight anything that they've recalled in the last 5 weeks? It's a perfect opportunity now for them to try and make some decisions by themselves. And it's me as a coach try to appreciate what they've learned in the last 5 weeks. So if you notice from previous weeks, I haven't asked the goalkeepers to play it out from the back all the time, as in play it in their defensive third. But this week, a little bit more decision making from the goalkeeper, recognising when to play long as a longer pass, when to play as a shorter pass. Two points, won it in the middle third, went and scored. 2-0. Three points here, brother.